Which are only the second time in 10 matches we failed to score recently. Was it more to it than that this afternoon?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've dominated the game of football. So we started the game. Ironically, after 10 minutes, I went across to the bench and I said we started really well. And we haven't done that in recent weeks. So 10 minutes in, I thought really confident in possession, looked really at it physically. And then the goal going changes things a little bit. It's a very basic goal to concede. It's a diagonal over 60 yards, which has gone in behind our sort of left side area. And it's a one-touch cross, if you like, and it's a goal. So that was disappointing. What you want to try and do then is get a foothold back in the game, and we did, but they go and score a goal. And at 2-0, they've got something then to go and defend, and they decided, whether they decided not or it just happened, to just sit off then and go into a low block and keep a very good shape behind the ball. And you've seen second half, we've changed the shape. We've gone to a back three to get the wing-backs up high, get two up top. Wasn't anything else we could do. We tried everything we could possibly to get back in the game. The disappointing thing is I think we should have a penalty. First half, Stonewall penalty going up the hill. It's definitely contact. The linesman's in a really good position, but he's telling me the linesman he can't make a decision until the referee does. Don't understand that one. And of course, our corner routine, it goes in about 50 minutes, was it? Something like that. We go and score a fantastic goal from it. Ryan Harley, I knew he was onside because Ryan's delayed his run to go in behind on that routine, and we work on that, and you've seen it work for us before. So it's disappointing that one's not been given. The lines person's over the far side, a long way, lots of bodies in the way to make that decision. So that's disappointing. And then we try everything we possibly can to get back in the game, and it just wasn't going to drop for us. Donovan Wilson hits a thunderbolt with his right foot, and the keeper pulls off a fantastic save. Tom Smith, I can't see from this side, but it looks like that was extremely close, his thrashing drive. So it wasn't going to be our day, Mark, and it wasn't because of the physicality, which I was concerned about before the game. In fact, we looked stronger physically, so credit to the group on that. It was just the fact we couldn't score a goal.
You mentioned about the first goal conceded. Does the manner of the second goal annoy you further as well? A long throw, I could hear you and Jim screaming to pick up one or two players, and sort of didn't manage to get it away. And okay, it's a fortunate finish, but again,
yeah, it's the deflection. It's obviously Will's going to save it because I'm behind it. Will's going to save it until it takes the deflection. But yeah, there's always problems or issues before goals. We can talk about giving away the throw, and we can talk about screening, we can talk about anything. But when it actually gets to that point and they get that little bit of luck, there's not a lot we can do about that because it loops over Will's head and there's nothing he can do about it. That's the sort of luck we're probably not getting at the moment. There's a few bits dropping in their box and the keeper's pulling off saves, and of course they're going to go and manage the game and waste a lot of time. I don't think the referee handled that very well. He could have got into them a little bit earlier. So it's going to be we were just chatting about it there as a group. It's going to be a real frustrating one. I think we were frustrated after Chippenham because it was a really good performance and there was chances in that game to go and win that. And likewise today, 2-0. People will look at it. I know what people do. They'll look at it. They go 2-0. Hungerford deserve to win the game. They don't, and that's me being honest. They're a good outfit. They're well organised. They go and get their goals on merit. Okay, we talked about them. But we've had so much possession in that game again, and we've tried openings. And like I said, we haven't quite been clinical enough. We haven't really had that, I suppose, that little bit of quality on the end of it to go and get the goal.
It was the first time in a while, actually, you've had to change your shape during the game. I know you had to do it a lot early season. I mean, along with that, what were the main messages at half-time? We thought the first 15, 20 minutes or so we were really firing and did everything other than score.
Well, we had that spell, and I think there was 3 or 4 corners won in that spell as well. So again, trying everything from our corners. We've got so many different routines. People talk about, do we play short? We're not the type of team that's going to go and score a header direct from a corner because we haven't really got the attributes to go and do that. We try it occasionally. And as you see from our routines, we scored one with Tom Smith down at Concord. We've scored another one disallowed today. So yeah, phase after phase, attack after attack, going down the slopes. And my thought around it was I want to go with 2 up top. I want to get the wing backs really high as well and leave the back 3. Have those 2 outside centre backs stepping into midfield, and Tom Smith in that number 10, a custom role for him as well. And I thought they did a fantastic job at that. When you change your shape at half time, you'd never really know how it's going to work out. We try and help them out, but we dominated the game from that spell. And I think Will's had 1 save from distance to make second half. But they've defended well, and you have to give credit to them.
You said before the game that on the bench you didn't have many attacking options if it was called upon. I mean, it's not just a case, it's a different world we're in at the moment where you can't just go and quickly snap up a striker from many other clubs because it's so uncertain. But that must just be added sort of annoyance that you couldn't bring on more, perhaps. No.
Well, I've made phone calls on one particular player, or maybe 2 actually, over the course of the last week or so, but they're reluctant to let them out at the moment because of what's going on, the situation. EFL clubs are keeping their squads together because of it as well, because likewise they're not having players dropping down to them from loans. So it's a knock-on effect, but nothing we can do about that. I'm trying. But the unfortunate thing is now we've got Donovan missing for 3 games. That's going to leave us threadbare in attacking options. I know a lot of our fans are asking, are we going to appeal it? I can't appeal it because if I do, there's an opportunity that the FA may say it's 4 games instead of 3. I've looked at it. We all know there's no contact. We all know that Will Puddy has decided to do a little bit of acting on the day and make it worse than what it was. But I spoke to a reputable sort of referee and he's had a good look at it for me, and he said if by Donovan just raising his boots and being in that position, even though there's no contact, there's a chance they'll say that it's dangerous play. So there's nothing we can do about that. Again, it's a bad decision that's gone against us, and we'll have to get on with it and be right for Chippenham and come up with a game plan.
So Callum Evans is back in the stands. Is he likely to be back in time for that one?
No, he's going to be a long way off it because he's had such a long spell. First with his hamstring, off with his injury, and then because of his isolation, he's not been able to get out of the house. So there's nothing he can do. So he's had a 14-day quarantine as well. He'd done a first bit of running today on the pitch, and physically he'd be miles away from it. So, that's the other side of it. We've got Tom Richards missing as well in isolation at the moment, Lucas Tomlinson as well. So difficult, but every manager's got the same issues up and down the country, as I keep saying. I'm not disappointed with our performance levels, and people may say to me, you've lost a game and you seem happy losing 2-0. I don't ever want to lose a football match. It's off the back of a really good run we've had, I feel. And 6 weeks ago now, if we look at our 6 weeks ago, where we are performance levels, and that's what I look at, to where we were then, we're in a much better place. The players are in a better place, and it looks more like a Bath City team. We've lost the game, we're disappointed we've lost the game, but I feel as if we deserve more, and with a bit of luck, a few decisions going our right way, we might have got that.
Does it feel like you're in a better place? You've actually managed to get some games as well. Again, only 3 surviving this afternoon, and I think we played 6 or 7 or something like that in December. A lot of teams only played 1 or 2.
Yeah, and in that period, people have to remember we've been on the road a lot as well. I said to you before the game, we've played 8 games away from home as well, the most in the league. So, yeah, I just want to keep playing football. We don't want games going off. But I do, and we spoke about it Saturday, didn't we, after Chippenham game, that I'm a bit concerned about how the league's going to look, really. It's going to be so disjointed. Teams are going to be playing more games than other teams. You won't really know how the league's levelling out, which you would know by now. And what's going to happen in the country, I'm listening about the school stuff now. A kid's going to go back at the right time. Is it going to be staggered? No fans in at ground still. Everyone probably maybe going into Tier 4. All these things are thrown up in the air. So, you turn up at football matches, and this is your little bit of escape, if you like, in your life. You want to be here. You want to enjoy the game of football. It's totally different. But it is what it is at the moment. We can't make any decisions. We just turn up. If we're told that game's on, we'll turn up. We'll do it properly, like we always do. We'll train again Wednesday if we can get a venue. That's difficult at the moment. And prepare ourselves for another tough game against Chippenham.
Yeah, we'll see you there on the 2nd of January. Happy New Year to you.
Cheers. Happy New Year.